Does Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao become the greatest of all time if he beats Terrence Crawford on June 5th? Knuckleheads, first and foremost, this entire video is speculation because we know Terrence Crawford is fighting on June 5th, likely somewhere in the Middle East, but we don't know who he is fighting. Now, a good reason to suspect that he may be fighting Pacquiao is the fact that not only is Pacquiao also a welterweight and also one of the greatest fighters to ever live, but this fight's happening in the Middle East. And when you're asking a Middle Eastern person who understands the demographics over there, then I'm going to have to tell you that there are a lot of Filipinos in the Middle East. My understanding is the second and third, something like that, largest communities in the world of Filipinos outside of the Philippines exists in places in the Middle East. So this fight would be absolutely brilliant for the people of the Middle East. That being said, let's get back to the question at hand. If Manny Pacquiao can somehow at the age of 42 beat a guy who's currently a consensus first or second pound for pound in the world, would he go down as the greatest of all time? Would it erase that loss to Floyd Mayweather? Well, first and foremost, for me, that loss to Floyd Mayweather doesn't really count too much against Pacquiao because they were both past their prime. But besides that, Manny Pacquiao is a guy that was coming up from way down there in the weight classes, and I don't believe he was ever a natural welterweight to begin with. But don't take my word for it. Let's look at some historical facts that I think help make the argument that Manny Pacquiao would indeed be the GOAT if he were to dethrone Terrence Crawford. And hell, maybe if he weren't, he still should be considered it. Let's go. So let's look at some accolades. First and foremost, Manny Pacquiao, besides being regarded by many as one of the greatest boxers to ever live, is the only boxer in history to win world titles in 8 different weight divisions. Moreover, he won 12 major world titles across those 8 weight divisions. He's also the first boxer in history to win the lineal championship in 5 different weight divisions. Absolutely ridiculous. He's also the first boxer in history to win major world titles in 4 of the original 8 divisions of boxing, also known as the glamour divisions. These include flyweight, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight. In 2019, Manny Pacquiao became the oldest welterweight world champion at the age of 40 years old. He also became the first boxer to become a recognized 4-time welterweight champion when he defeated Keith Thurman to win the WBA super welterweight title. Pacquiao also holds the record of being the only 4-decade world champion in boxing history, having held world championships in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. The guy is incredible. He was named Fighter of the Decade for the 2000s by the Boxing Writers Association of America, WBC, HBO, and WBO. He's also a 3-time Ring Magazine and BWAA, that's Boxing Writers Association of America, Fighter of the Year, winning both awards in 2006, 2008, and 2009. Also in 2009, he won the Best Fighter ESPY Award. He also won it in 2011. In 2016, Pacquiao was ranked 2nd on ESPN's list of top boxers pound for pound of the past 25 years. BoxRec ranks Manny Pacquiao as the 5th greatest boxer pound for pound of all time. BoxRec also considers Manny Pacquiao as the greatest Asian boxer of all time. But is he the greatest boxer of all time? I think all this information makes a great argument for him. World-renowned boxing historian and expert Bert Sugar ranked Manny Pacquiao as the greatest southpaw fighter of all time. In 2020, Manny Pacquiao topped the Rankers list of best boxers of the 21st century. Manny Pacquiao has held the WBA's super welterweight title. It's in the welterweight division, but it's the super title since July of 2019. And as of December 2020, he is ranked the world's 7th best active boxer pound for pound by BoxRec. That's absolutely ridiculous. He's also ranked as the world's third best active welterweight by the Transnational Boxing Rankings Board, ESPN, The Ring, and BoxRec. And obviously for a long time, Manny Pacquiao was ranked as the best active pound-for-pound boxer in the world by many different outlets and websites. He's the longest reigning top 10 active boxer of The Ring's pound-for-pound list, and he generated approximately $20.1 million in pay-per-view buys and $1.2 billion in revenue from his 25 pay-per-view bouts, and according to Forbes, he was the second highest paid athlete in the world in the year of 2015. But Manny Pacquiao isn't just potentially the greatest boxer of all time. He might be one of the most amazing human beings of all time. Manny Pacquiao is a senator in the Philippines. Manny Pacquiao is a military reservist with the rank of colonel in the reserve force of the Philippine Army. And on May 4th, 2009, he was given the special rank of Senior Master Sergeant and was designated as the Command Sergeant Major of the 15th Ready Reserve Division. You could say what you want about this guy. He's had controversy in his life like anybody else has. But, of course, you're going to find controversy in everybody if they're constantly under public scrutiny. That being said, this guy's one of the most accomplished human beings on this planet, and at the age of 42 years old, man, he's still got plenty to go and plenty to do. So my point in making this video is to show that not only can Manny Pacquiao be considered the greatest of all time if he beats Terence Crawford on June 5th, assuming that fight even happens, but Manny Pacquiao can be considered one of the greatest human beings in modern history with all the accomplishments that he's made and everything that he's done considering his very humble beginnings. So knuckleheads, that's what I think about Manny Pacquiao. Is he the GOAT? I'm not sure. Is he one of them? Absolutely. And if you think he's the GOAT, then I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Give me your opinion on Manny Pacquiao in the comments below. After you do that, hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it, and join the channel to help me continue to build this channel and this promotion. Finally, we're still giving away a free pair of 12-ounce never-before-used fight gloves. If you want to enter to win, you got to join the channel, get 2 people to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and DM us proof that those people subscribe. If you don't want to join the channel, get 5 people to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and DM us proof that those 5 people subscribe. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say.